Hello there. Hopefully, there's a guy running a tractor across the street from me. I live very much in the country. Hopefully, that's not too disturbing. But I was listening to Trish today. She's somebody I follow on Parler. I recommend Parler largely because I've been banned from Twitter for pointing out that blacks commit almost all the violent crime in the country, at least 50%. Um, but I offended the wrong black man, so definitely banned immediately. But I got a few clips from her video that I thought were interesting, so I'm going to play them and maybe I'll talk about them.
Actually care about substance. The debate moderator only cares about getting himself in there so he get on TV for a few more seconds. Good to have you all here. Okay, Michael Whalen, serious question you bring up. What happens if Trump cannot continue? Is Mike Pence the new nominee? How does that work? So I spoke to a lot of people this afternoon in preparation for coming on and talking to you all tonight. And basically, the short answer is yes. Now, the Republican Party, the Republican National Committee, they have the discretion to pick whoever they want, right?
Obviously, it'd be tremendously weird if they chose someone other than Mike Pence. I mean, there are certainly people that I would think would be a better fit. And, but come on now. Kidding me? They're going to go with the VP because that's basically been the precedent for any case where a sitting president, has been incapacitated.
So they could say, well, hey, maybe we want Nikki Haley, and they could put her on there. It's up to them if there's going to be a new candidate that is running. But I would bet they would go with Mike Pence because it would be the smart thing to do in terms of continuity for the country. It would be the smart thing to do just in terms of capitalizing on that support, right, that Donald Trump has already built up. If you brought someone in out of the blue, you run the risk that the voters and especially the base feel like, wait a second, what just happened? And then they feel demoralized. And so I think if they found themselves in a situation where the president was too sick to possibly continue or,
And I honestly don't think Trump's going to ever be too sick. I mean, he's kind of an older gent, but he's probably going to recover. He's probably going to be fine because he doesn't buy into the media hoax that Orange Man is bad, so he can't take medication because Orange Man bad. He's going to take medication that's going to save his life. He's going to be fine. He's going to up his vitamins. He's going to get some probably hydroxy. He's going to be a fine dude. He's going to be all right. And all we're going to have to talk about later in a few weeks after he gets better is how evil CNN is. Because they are. They're and MSNBC and CBS and basically all the main news outlets. Yeah, they're all trash. So we're just going to have to deal with that conversation later. But Trump, thumbs up. He's going to be fine. I find it very unlikely that he's going to die. And if he does, God help us all.
God forbid anything worse, then they would most likely be looking to Mike Pence. They don't have to, but Mike Pence would be politically the smart choice because he would have that support and he would have that goodwill, and America would be expecting that. But that's a very, very good question. Act One saying Fox is the new CNN. Look, I think that they probably are finding themselves in a challenge.
Fox is the new CNN in a few ways, and not so much in other ways, right? It's it's really easy to like want to punch whoever the CEO of Fox is right now. I don't know who the dude is. I honestly couldn't name him. But are you kidding me? You hired Donna Brazil. Are you kidding me? You continue to employ Juan Williams. Juan. Juan, the stupidest person on television. I thought Don Lemon was the most stupid person on television. No, it's definitely Juan Williams. Juan. He is a fucking moron. What the hell is going on your network? You can't let Tucker float your entire channel. Tucker's the only intelligent person you seem to hire. Well, I guess I like Jesse Waters and Greg Gutfeld. They come off at least well informed. They're not necessarily the most intelligent, but they always are informed on the topics.
Challenging position, and there's a lot of cancel culture stuff going on out there. Hey, you know, you're looking at it, right? I mean, I know quite well firsthand how tricky it can be. Hey, this is just a precautionary measure that apes, as though they ever liked it, right? Wasn't there like a war on Christmas?
Let's roll back here a little
And
bit.
we go all out. Like my husband wants.
They're talking about the Christmas decorations.
We get lots of trees and we do all the lights outside, and it's a big
And
deal,
how
right, for
Melania
our kids.
was
It's important, I think, for our kids.
maligned
memories.
for her
Well, it's
presentation
a lot
at
of
Christmas.
work. All right, I'm not gonna kid you. It's a fair amount of work, so I get it. You know, she's going, oh, I gotta do these Christmas decorations. She's like, I gotta do it though, right? I gotta do it. It's
Remember, we had private conversations leaked where some terrible douche that I'm sure is no longer her friend was basically calling her an evil bitch. And really, the conversation was pretty straightforward. It's like, I can't believe they're treating my son this way. I can't believe they're treating me this way. All I'm trying to do is make everyone happy. Good position, right? Nope, not according to the Democrats.
important. It's important for the country to see that at the White House, just like it's important for my little kids to see it in our house, right? So she's venting about that, and now all of a sudden the left wants to go after her and effectively say, oh, you know, she hates Christmas. Come on, I mean, as though they ever liked it, right? Wasn't there like a war on Christmas? Every time I turn around, there's like a new...
Yep, and that's correct. Democrats have been trying to destroy Christmas for probably at least 10 years now, for as far as I can tell. I mean, it's basically been every year of my life, it feels like, since I've been an adult, that they're looking to kill us all. They want Christmas dead.
War on Christmas. You can't play any Christmas music in any public buildings all across America. Anyway, so this is their tactic. There was also, I thought this was interesting, in this tape, and I'm not going to play it because, again, I just find it to be really sort of creepy, right? I mean, this was a private conversation with her friend and her advisor in the East Wing, and the woman actually taped the thing. I mean, it's really awful. So, CNN, how outrageous is it? Or what was it, 9th or 10th from last in law school? He doesn't get it. Not a bright guy.
The point being that Joe Biden, he went to a low end law school. He wasn't admitted to any law school of any credence. He graduated at around 79 out of 85. Yet he keeps lying, saying he was at the top of his class. The dude is a mental midget. I could walk in, probably past the bar, with no legal training. He was barely able to make it through a very low-end law school.
So then eventually somebody said to him, hey, Joe, it's actually not constitutional. So now he's trying to change his tune. He's like, oh, I didn't really mean that. People were putting words in my mouth. No, buddy, you're the one who sat there on stage and told us that. You're the one that nodded your head and said, yes, executive order, to the reporter in Pennsylvania that was asked with the same kind of pain. Listen, I think...
And let's wrap this up a little bit, too. I'm from Delaware. I grew up in Delaware. Beau Biden was probably the only good Biden, and he died. Joe Biden is a terrible person. His other son is a terrible person. They're evil people.
I think that China is a big topic that we need to think long and hard about, because the reality is our country cannot continue on in a relationship with China where it's so one-sided, where they just lie and lie and lie, and we just sort of keep coming back for more. You know, the problem with all this is, and you know, you're talking to a red-blooded American capitalist here, but the problem sometimes with capitalism, and this is why you have government and you need government occasionally to intervene in ways that help the people, the problem with sort of pure capitalism in this stance is that all these CEOs, they're concerned about, you know, this year's bonus, and
And now, isn't that the problem? They shouldn't be caring about that. They should be caring about America.
concerned about quarterly earnings, and they're concerned about their stock price. And how do you get quarterly earnings up? You grow sales, or you give the indication that you're about to grow sales. So consequently, they need to be in these big, huge markets in order to keep shareholders happy, in order for them to get their payouts. They don't care about what's going to happen. The here and now and the future in the United States of America, for the future of American workers. But you need a strong middle class if we are going to succeed economically as a nation. Consumer spending.
I am the middle class. I agree with her.
Our overall economy. So without a strong middle class, I'm sorry, you got nothing. I've talked before about this hourglass economy. Hourglass may not be the perfect example, but it's something you should think about, because you've got a lot on top, you got a lot on bottom. The people in the middle are the ones that are getting increasingly squeezed. That has started to change. Finally, in 2016, the president said it well. He said on the debate stage there, Texas, people are going to New Hampshire, they're going to Nevada, they're going...
Correct. People are leaving. They're leaving these asshole states. And salt issues are one of the biggest issues. Because for far too damn long, states and cities like New York City, New York, California, Oregon, Portland, Washington, all these states were able to just tax the piss out of everyone. Well, guess what? Eventually we're like, okay, well, maybe the federal tax dollars shouldn't be subsidizing your incompetence. So we stopped that tax break. And shock and awe, everyone decides they don't want to fucking live in these places anymore.
Going anywhere they can to get away from those onerous taxes. And so in some ways it was sort of a brilliant strategy by the Trump team, because you know, they are really putting the pressure on some of these liberal states to kind of get with it. You know, guys, get with the program, figure out a way to actually, you know, balance your budget. Governor Cuomo in New York, he's got like an $8 billion short.
And I love she's bringing up Cuomo right now. Cuomo's like, come on, man, I'll make you dinner, I'll bring you over, I'll take you out for a drink, whatever. Well, you should have thought about that before you chased all those people